what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It is your main man, Juggernaut of Multi-Platinum Production Team.
Arkatech Beatz.
Welcome to the Music Review Live Series. If it's your first time here, make sure that you are like, commenting, and subscribing. We get together every night somewhere around 8 o'clock to kind of review folks' music. We're listening to people's joints. If it's your first time here, man, welcome. We're responsible for producing for your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Big Pun, Nas, Prodigy, Mobb Deep, Jadakiss, The Game, Max B, French Montana, most recently. Make sure you're checking out that Coke Wave 3.5 out now. Cosmo Brothers on the way. $1 Million Baby 4 on the way. Like I said, we're doing the music reviews. And we are at a total of 723 total submissions since we started this series. So thanks to everybody that submitted and has submitted. You know what I mean? We're going to continue the series for the next few weeks. And what we're doing here is we're looking to give artists some feedback on their music, at the same time looking to see who's next, looking to see if we can collaborate with some artists and or producers. Producers, make sure you are joining into our skill community. You know what I mean? School.com, a Future Producer Society. Only Buckets, what up? Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. We're about to get started in a few minutes. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, and we're doing these reviews in real time. We're streaming on all platforms. And we try to do the live reviews at the same time, around 8 o'clock at night. So for those who want to get the live review, now is the time. Of course, you'll have to submit through the link on the screen. For those who are looking for a live review, guaranteed, make sure that you're using the skip feature. Or we'll be reviewing in the order that it's received. And I'm only on here for about, give or take an hour. Shout out to everybody joining the live. We just let the algorithm do its thing. You know, notify some folks, let them give them a chance to jump in the live before we get started with the reviews. All of those people, your first time here, like I said, I'm Juggernaut of Multi-Platinum Production Team, Arkatech Beatz, man. Don, what up? We're producers for your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, man. Big Pun, Nas, Prodigy, Mobb Deep, Max B, French Montana, Wiz Khalifa, Killer Mike, Freddie Gibbs, Waka Flocka Flame, Shorty Low, Trouble, rest in peace, Lil Key. Make sure y'all sharing the live.
Arkatech Beatz.
Shout out to everybody jumping into the live. I'm about to jump into these music reviews. About to get started. This first joint is called "A Feeling of Love." Who is this by? Creator Side? Goulian? I don't know what that is. I'll try to take a listen to it. See what it sounds like. Quite sure where this is going. Kind of feels a little incomplete, man, but thank you for submitting it in. We're gonna keep it moving tonight. This is Broken Asunder, Enemy.
God Almighty, please separate the chaff from the wheat. Oh, God Almighty, you are the only one that can save me. My enemy has me surrounded. I know you are in control. Please forgive me if they kill me. I know vengeance is the Lord's. You are with me in the valley when I can see victory. Please forgive me. Take me to your threshing floor. Please forgive me. My anger can be ignored. Can't let it turn to violence. A consequence I can't afford. Oh Father, please lead me to your threshing floor.
This is Enemy, man, by Broken Asunder. It sounds to me like it sounds like AI. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm tripping, but you know that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it's AI. For the most part, you know, I'll say this like I've been saying this with a lot of AI records, man. It's like, yo, even if you put in the AI and you get a great vocal performance, you get a great musical performance. Still up to you to format the record in terms of the arrangement. You know, you have to go into the studio version, and you really need to move things around to get them to really do what a record needs to do in terms of its song structure. You know what I mean? Making sure that the hooks are hooking, make sure that the verses are versing, making sure things are flowing the way they need to flow, and that they're at the right length and follow the right song structure. Musically, sounds pretty solid. Vocally, sounds pretty solid. You know, but again, I think it's on AI. So, you know, I do appreciate you sharing with me. I'm not sure if the agenda is to, you know, get the song heard, or if the agenda is to, you know, show your songwriting. But either way, you know, thank you for submitting it. Appreciate you. we're gonna jump into this next joint. This is called Again by Skies Vomax. I'm not sure what this sounds like. Make sure y'all hitting liking the live.
Walking round the city saw me again. Walking round the city saw me again and again. Fire stars and night again and again. Your mind is a river, I remind you again. Pressure's on to find it again. Pressure's on to find it again.
Shout out to you guys for submitting this right here. For what I'm hearing thus far, it sounds pretty okay. My issue is that you guys didn't drop your beat until almost a minute and 30 seconds into the record. This is like an extreme long time before you can actually drop your beat, on the record. I feel like this joint should have dropped by 30 seconds. If the beat ain't dropped by 30 seconds, man, you're gonna lose your listeners. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that that you have the real estate for this. And this record now look like it's upwards of 4 minutes, and which, in my opinion, might be entirely too long. Despite the genre. You know what I mean? That's really my 2 cents on it for tonight. Really, right as of right now. I like to thank you guys for submitting. I find it very interesting. You know what I mean? I'm just sorry, very interesting on some of these submissions. I find it very interesting. This is Catfish by I Am Marcus.
So I never know enough to know what is what, but we all reach for the dubs. Sometimes the options might get you stuck, but I don't get off with it. Why? Cause my heart on clothes are distractions, but one day I still want high fashion.
Listen, guys, if y'all sending these stuff in, man, I would like you guys to kind of pay attention to where your outputs are. Like, this thing is totally overloading. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know who told y'all you can listen. Y'all can make y'all music like this, man. Like, this is totally inaudible, man. The way that it sounded like that. I mean, I don't know how you expect it to be reviewed, much less listened to. Good luck to you with this one, man. This again, these are inaudible, man. Like, we're at a point where it's just way too high in terms of the output. You know what I mean? It's just distorting. You hear all the digital noise. So shout out to you for submitting it, man. But that's really not it, man. So I hope you guys can get it together. We're just trying to jump into some joints, man. This is what Too Many One More Chances by Lyricist Rain. Let's take a listen to it.
I put all my time been trying to make us work, but now I'm looking at it like it just ain't worth it anymore. I gave you my heart, but you played in my face, so I can't take the pain. It'll never be the same again. Just give me one more chance. I gave you too many one more chances. My heart just can't chance it. Should've thought about the consequences of your decision. Tried to talk it out, you never listened. Ooh, we're so dismissive. I'm so done with this. Maybe if you could just be honest, I would contemplate us, but you just can't tell the truth. So I know my future ain't with you. I give you too many one more chance.
AI. Thank you for submitting it. You know what I mean? But it's an AI record, and you can tell by how the record is structured. If you notice, it doesn't have what we would call a structured hook. It kind of goes into from a hook into kind of like a reframe bridge, and then it goes into a very, very short second verse, and then goes right back to the hook again. So it's like it's not even 4 bars, like the way that the AI has it kind of structured. This is one of those joints, man, where you kind of let the AI spit it out, and you think that the AI is spitting you out a good record, but it's really incomplete. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you now to complete the record. So, you know, may have to get into the tutorial later. You know, I don't want to get into too deep of it in terms of trying to produce the songs. I want to try to do something slightly different. I want to try to do a music production tutorial in terms of making your own samples. And then maybe later on go into the entire process of, you know, creating the song and how you should probably look to make sure that the song is going to be the right length and make sure that we're embellishing the way it needs to be embellished on. Well, shout out to them for jumping in. This is Lyricist Rain. But yeah, this is a dope sound in terms of like the R&B sound, etc. But you know, we're just missing the appropriate song structure here. So, Drink for Thought by
Brewing money, chasing that bag.
Yeah, they tell me I drink too much.
XDK.
Yeah. I've been thinking, I've been drinking. Yeah, and they telling me I'm drinking too much. I've been thinking and I'm drinking too much. Yeah, okay. I've been thinking, I've been drinking, I've been sipping too much. Demons be talking and be walking with me inside my thoughts. And I ain't trying to brag about it, it ain't fun to be lost. And Satan calls so he can help if I just give him my soul. I've been thinking, I've been drinking, I've been sipping too much. Demons be talking and be walking with me inside my thoughts. And I ain't trying to brag about it, it ain't fun to be lost. And Satan calls so he can help if I just give him my soul. Can I get a break, this grass filled with snakes, huh? Too much hate in the world, yeah, and that's what makes a hater. I'm sipping on this drink, and I really like the flavor. Told my liver, see you later. I'm a rock star in this bitch, a rolling stone just like a paver. Move an inch wrong in this bitch, you'll get cut just like a razor. You can catch a fade quick, and I ain't talking about a shaver. My main focus is this paper. I won't stop until it's greater, so get the fuck up off my radar. Shit got me swaying, it's my favorite, got me right as fuck. You gon' try and play me, go ahead, little boy, and try your luck. Demons gave me this switch, I guess I'll be lighting up. That vest won't save you, homie, your ass better off just trying to duck. I've been thinking, I've been drinking, I've been sipping too much. Demons be talking and be walking with me inside my thoughts. And I ain't trying to brag about it, it ain't fun to be lost. And Satan calls so he can help if I just give him my soul. I've been thinking, I've been drinking, I've been sipping too much. Demons be talking and be walking with me inside my thoughts. And I ain't trying to brag about it, it ain't fun to be lost. And Satan calls so he can help if I just give him my soul. Trying to hear me out now and wanna hear me out then. I said with the poppin', I stop popping, I'm popping again. You focused on me, shit, they plotting again. Watching you offer some skin, cause once them hands tap, you putting all your trust in a friend. A person who will do the most just to get to the end. To explain something fake is like a pencil and a pen. One can be erased and one's gonna stay with you to the end. If the picture ain't there, you need to clean up your lens. She got me swaying, it's my favorite, got me right as fuck. You gon' try and play me, go ahead, little boy, and try your luck. Demons gave me this switch, I guess I'll be lighting up. That vest won't save you, homie, your ass better off just trying to duck. I've been thinking, I've been drinking, I've been sipping too much. Demons be talking and be walking with me inside my thoughts. And I ain't trying to brag about it, it ain't fun to be lost. And Satan calls so he can help if I just give him my soul. I've been thinking, I've been drinking, I've been sipping too much. Demons be talking and be walking with me inside my thoughts. And I ain't trying to brag about it, it ain't fun to be lost. And Satan calls so he can help if I just give him my soul.
Was that a positive song, or did I miss it? Am I tripping, or did I hear it right, or just tell me that I'm not tripping what I'm listening to. Like, am I tripping, or Boy Swagger, what up? Like, did I miss what he was saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not sure. Let me check the YouTube. Let me see if I see him on YouTube. Hold on, bro. Yeah, I see your joint. It says, when you mix in a DAW, do you get a cleaner mix than in MPC? You know, listen, man. You're supposed to get a cleaner mix. Yeah, I'm confused on that song. It sounded like he was giving praise to the other side. I'm just trying. I was like, wait a second. It's kind of confusing here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of weird on that. Yeah, but Boy Swagger was asking, when you mix in the DAW, do you get a cleaner mix than in the MPC? When I use the when I use the I don't really have an issue with the record. I think the record is okay. It's like, you know what I mean? It's not anything like extraordinary. You know what I mean? Like, he has a decent voice. It's just the beat is a little, the beat is a little like on the amateur side. You know what I mean? But, at the end of the day, like, his rap cadence is, decent. It's just a little bit offbeat for me. The hooks was there and the structure was there at least, so I give him that, and I could hear it, and he was audible for the most part, so I'll give him that. You know what I mean? I think if we wanted to improve it, I think maybe just finding a different beat, maybe something that goes a little bit better with the lyrics, But he tried to do his best with it, so I ain't really knocking it. Shout out to him. So check this out, right? When he's talking about, Boy Swag is asking us about, like, mixing in the DAW versus in the MPC. For a long time, we used to take the beats out of the MPC and we used to run them into a DAW. And we used to run them into a DAW, and then we used to try to mix it down and then, run it to DAT or stuff like that, like we used to do back in the day, whatever. But we used to run it through different kind of audio analog signal processing, to give it a little bit more warmth, to make it feel a little bit more like tape, etc. We were running things out through the digital outs and we were doing it that way. But I'll be honest with you, and I think you guys have watched my process over the last year. I have stayed out of the DAW for the entire year with all of these beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have stayed out of the DAW. There are a handful that I have done in the MPC software, right? And that's only sometimes when I'm going back and forth with Suno, right? And even in some cases in Suno, I would probably just take the files, dump it to my thumb drive, and then just plug it in back into the MPC, right? In some cases, I don't even use the MPC software even to use Suno. Right, I've gotten so used to using it in standalone because I think what happens is that what I try to I can't speak for a lot of other producers. I can only really speak for myself, right? And I can only speak for what really works for me per se. And the way that I've been seeing it is like you have to try to create yourself like as little bit of friction as possible. You know what I mean? Like, we have to try to find a way to remove the friction, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like for every extra step that you have to do, you know what I'm saying? This is basically potentially an extra step that prevents you from getting a beat to completion or getting a song to completion. You know what I mean? So what we're trying to do, and especially in this sphere, we're looking to try to remove as much of the friction as possible to create a level of efficiency that makes it easy for you to get through your workflow. You know what I mean? And makes it easy for you to kind of get to the finish line. Is that stuff important? It depends on the genre of music. Some music requires it to be mixed a certain type of way. Some music don't require that. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're doing a lot of rap music don't require stems and mixing and all of that. Some of that stuff don't require that. You got guys getting hundreds of millions and billions of views off of 2 tracks, man. You know what I'm saying? So the game has changed. It's not like what it used to be, where everything used to have to be like, you know, mixed to perfection, and like that shit is kind of over with. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say like, you know, any quality goes. I'm not saying that either. But what I am saying is that you want to try to get your joints, you know, coming out of the box, as, you know, as best as you can get it to sound. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it just depends, man. Richie, it depends on the genre. I think that if you can get yourself to a point where your ear and the way that things are, because the way that this box works, to me, this box actually helps to blend sounds, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So I think that if you can get it to the point where you can get everything to sound the way it needs to sound coming straight out of the MPC, and you don't need to use a DAW, then I think you're winning. You know what I'm saying? Because then at that point, you can basically create templates. You can make templates based on different genres. So for example, say you might have a kit that you might want to use for R&B joints. And then you might level out, you know, your kicks, your snares, and your hi-hats and stuff like that, how you might want it. You know what I mean? In terms of your output. And then every time you go to mix a record, you know, it's going to have a certain level of fidelity. It's going to be a certain, you know, certain warmth, because you put all your plugins in, you did everything you need to do. You know what I mean? So I'm not really like, I'm not a hardcore, I'm not a DAW snob, man. You know what I'm saying? I have FL Studio. I don't really, you know, I used to have a FL. Might use Pro Tools sometimes. You know, we might jump into that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't used Pro Tools in a little while. You know what I mean? You know, of course we got the MPC joint. You know what I'm saying? And we got, you know, I was just like Serato and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then I had Ableton for a while, and these are good programs, man. There's no knock to them. I don't see the need for them. You know, if I'm not recording vocals, I don't see the need for it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're recording vocals, then I think it's different for you to have to get into a DAW. Like if you're not doing that, and if you're not doing vocals, and if you're not doing live instruments, like I don't know, man. Like the whole thing of putting it into the DAW out of an MPC to me is an extra step that you may not necessarily need to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of proof of the pudding that you don't need no DAW, man. These records get in place without that. You know what I'm saying? The records get in place straight out the box. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're doing it that way. But, you know, to each his own, man. You know what I'm saying? I could just tell you what worked for me. And I could just tell you that, you know, like me not having to go through the DAW right now, yeah, I'm getting 10 times the output. I ain't gonna hold you. Me not having to go to the extra step of putting everything in the DAW again. It's like again, I'm doing 10 times more records. Like once I get back into the DAW, to me it kind of like it's like overload. It's like, yo, I could put this on there. I could put this plug in. I could do this. Because now I got all these options. But just because you got more options don't mean to make the sound better. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of it. It's like, just because you have the options don't necessarily mean it's going to really improve the sound, man. You know what I mean? So again, if you're not like a live instrumentation person, say you're not recording drums, if you're not, you know what I'm saying? If you're not doing live instrumentation, man, where you gotta, put stuff into, on their own tracks, and you gotta EQ them out, and you know what I'm saying? And then, how I feel about that too. I feel like if you gotta do all of that shit, that means you ain't picked the right sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gotta be EQing this to death, and you gotta do that to death, you gotta signal process to death, it's like either you recorded it wrong, or you're not using the right sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, not now. I look back at it in retrospect. We were basically trying to get a circle into a square. You know what I mean? A square into a circle. It don't fit. You know what I'm saying? Square wasn't going into the circle. Like, we were picking the wrong sound and trying to EQ the shit out of it to get it to sound a way that it didn't sound. It just don't sound that way. You know what I mean? You gotta find a better sound. You know what I mean? And that goes back to your curation. It goes back to you searching for your samples. It goes back to you digging. It goes back to just dedicating time to sound design. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's necessary too for us as producers. Is to, find our sounds and design them to our liking. You know what I mean? This joint's called No Vocabulary. Let's listen to what it sounds like.
I'm trying to stay on the road. I wanna see what I'm missing. Thought I needed some help and I'm trying, though. Many little niggas ain't see the vision. Gotta do it myself, young and pulling off. I'ma shoot by myself like I'm Jimmy. And I can't put my trust in these niggas. Say that shit like you mean it, the niggas ain't with it. Just run their name out like them bitches. Man, I gotta get up and just get it. Shout out to the big homies who real, dog. Uncle Don kept me away from the kitchen. Wasted time and said I got potential. In the middle, no all on the rentals. Fuck design if I give me an island. On my soul, I'ma get it silent. For my brothers to move from the violence, dude. Let's get money, get still all a while. And they know how we coming. If not, then we slide through. Nigga, we from the ball like no other. From the bottom, we do it for mother. And the soldiers that failed in the gutter. On my shoulders, I carry the struggle. I'ma score like that boy in a bubble. From the trenches with niggas dying over bitches, and bitches be lying to niggas. Chicken wicked when bitches conversate with niggas to get the little shoe that was trending. I'm not one of them niggas, lil' shorty. I need a little more, just a pussy and feeling. I'm not really a fan of the Raris, and I don't like the party, I'm chillin'. I love I meditate with the villains. From the north for the one, no fulfilling shit. Brother, we gotta show 'em we different. Many niggas, they smart, no vocabulary. My nigga, just whole lot of senses. Gotta eat, I'ma eat like it's dinner. I can lead a table till I finish it. Treat his face like it's scared, Brody, pill shit.
My mama would ask me how you buying clothes and don't got a job. She was surprised when a neighbor had told her that I'm selling weed.
Yo, man, imagine you got this beat and you guys sound like this. And your guys are rapping, you ain't got no hook on this, man. Like, where's your hook at, man? Like, what's the word, man? Like, why is no hook?
Right out of her house. I was asleep when she came in tripping. I ain't even know what she bitching about. Soon as she start talking about how she kicking me out, I took all my shit, I was out. I tried my best that I could to figure it out. Sit down, let me sleep on this couch. I barely had any clothes to wear, so niggas will spin me when they going out. They used to tell me that it ain't no room in the car and you gotta sit this one out. You thought the convo y'all had was between you and them, but look how they running their mouth. Thugging it out, thugging and thugging it out. I caught myself drugging it out. Yes, I remember how they want me opening up, but I end up shutting them out. Funny how niggas be sticking their nose and shit that they don't know nothing about. Bitches be saying that they want a nigga with money, but they ain't get nothing but clout. I knew the tables would turn, the odds was against me. I started to notice the doubt. I started feeling the hate. I never folded and I wasn't willing to break. Remember my feelings was hurt. I told them I'm cool when they asked am I feeling okay. I know that money, it can't fix it all, but if it'll help, I'm willing to pay. I'm overthinking and I'm in my thoughts. I'm trying my hardest to deal with the pain. I took everything that ever came with this. I lay in the bed that I made. I had 3 shows, all of them sold out. I start tearing up while I'm on stage. First I was just gonna leave it at turning the page. I ended up burning the page. I was in desperate need. I needed a hug and they wasn't turning my way. I'm in a Hermes t-shirt. I guarantee you ain't know I was coming this way. Long as you winning, it's always gonna be a few niggas that's bitter with something to say. She in her feelings, so she trying to think of some shit that's weird to fuck up my day. Fuck. Shout out my young and Vaughn. Straight up.
He literally out rapped the beat. Yeah, he literally out rapped the beat, man. Yo, shout out to y'all, man. No vocabulary, man. Shout out to y'all. Listen, there's no doubt that you can rap. You guys definitely got the raps down packed. There's no doubt to that. This is definitely a joint that y'all are proving that y'all got the skills that pay the bills. Got the right voice. Y'all got the right tempo. Y'all got the right speed. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what y'all got to do, you're doing your thing on that. Beat crazy. Beat is like, it's a good produced trap beat. Like it's right at the right loudness. Everything is smacking. It changes the way it needs to change. It's dope beat. The record just needs song structure. There's no song structure, guys. Just rap it for what? If each guy did 20 bars, each guy did like 24 bars. Yeah, I just rap for 50 bars. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna do all of that and get one listen. You know what I'm saying? Because this is on YouTube. It's been out for a month. How many views did it get? But on YouTube now, got 150 views. 147. The guy's out of Philadelphia. Like between this lyric video, right, and the way the lyric video look and the way that the record sounds, you guys know you should have way more views than that. You know what I'm saying? Just by the way that they're rapping alone, it should get more views. Because you're gonna take that, because the way that how clean the visualizer is, you can get way more views than what they got. But it's again, ain't got no hook. Ain't no reason to share it. Like, they spit for 50 bars. What do we remember? I'll leave that to the chat. Shout out to y'all. Pardon me. What's this drink called? Most of all? Let's take a listen.
You told me I was yours, and you said one of a kind. You told me I was special, and that I would be fine. You told me I was better than I thought that I would be. But most of all, you told me that you love me, yeah. As I was walking into the valley, yeah, you told me you'll never, never leave me. And God, I know that you never forsake me. And I know I can always come to you for safe. You told me I was yours, and you said one of a kind. You told me I was special, and that I would be fine. You told me I was better than I thought that I would be. But most of all, you told me that you love me, yeah. God, I wanna thank you for all the things you brought me through. And I know I didn't deserve it now, but for some reason, you told me I was yours, and you said one of a kind. You told me I was special, and that I would be fine. You told me I was better than I thought that I would be. But most of all, you told me that you loved me, yeah.
That might not be AI. You hear how those notes was off at the end? That might be real. That might be real. It says it's a 16-year-old artist out of H-Town. Huh. Huh. Hold on.
Yeah. As I was walking into the valley, yeah, you told me you never leave me. And God, I know
Big Show, what up?
that you never forsake me. And I know I can always come to you for safe. You told me I was yours.
Yeah, I don't think this AI, fellas. I think this is actually vocals. Like you hear like there are some imperfections in here that, you know, vocally that you wouldn't hear in AI.
You told me I was better than I thought that I would be. But most of all, you told me that you love me, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? See, like that, most of all, told me that you love, like some of that is shaky, right? If you listen to it.
You told me that you love me, yeah. That I would be. But most of all, you told me that you love me, yeah. As I was walking.
So yeah, I would like to just, you know, give my 2 cents. My 2 cents is, yeah, like again, if this is not AI, she got a great voice. You know what I'm saying? So I like the way her voice is. I like the way it sounds. I like how airy it feels. It feels like, you know, it's like a nice summer day. You know, it sounds really nice. I feel like it's mixed on top of the vocals, on top of the music, which is, you know what I mean, could be a little bit better, but, you know, definitely stands out. I just feel like if we're talking about the hook, I feel like the hook needs to, you know, stand out a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like in terms of maybe a few more doubles and or stacks, just to kind of get it to not do the whole thing, but just to accent certain words to just kind of make sure that the hook really stands out from the rest of the ballad. But for the most part, yeah, I like the way this is at. You know what I mean? And then, you know, for the religious connotation too, you know, kind of works. And most of all, my name.
You told me I was yours, and you said one of a kind. You told me I was special.
You see, you hear it now. Now that you listen back on a second listen, you hear the imperfections in the vocal.
And that I would be fine. You told me I was better than I thought that I would be. But most of all, you told me that you love me, yeah. As I was walking into the valley, yeah, you told me you never leave me. And God, I know that you never forsake me. And I know I can always come to you for safe. You told me I was yours.
Now, see, like how that should have been, I could have called on you for safety. She didn't say safety. She called on you for safe. Right? Like, so that to me that's like something that I don't think AI would have did. Right? AI would have finished that.
And you said one of a kind. You told me I was special, and that I would be fine.
Shout out to her, man. I like this. I'm gonna have to investigate, you know, just to make sure that it is what I think it is. But for the most part, man, that guitar is fire, boy. Whew. You know how it's crazy that we sitting here trying to say it's real, it's not real, it's AI, we don't know. Like that's how fucked up it is. It's so bad, right? Like It's so bad that we can't even fucking tell. Like that, like yo, like that means that motherfuckers is like just cook us now. Just basically put a temperature thermometer and just make sure everybody is medium rare or whatever it has to be, and we're cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's to the point where we can't tell, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a problem. Like once the AI starts to give us non-perfect, right? If we go, hey, we want it to be, start giving us the little imperfections, a little bit off key here or there, just that little tonality to make you feel like, okay, this is a real person singing. We fucking cook, bro. You know what I mean? Like we're cooked, man. Like whew, we are cooked, man. Like just turn on the skillet now, dog. Turn on the skillet and just put the fire on for your ass. See, this joint taking me straight to Suno. This next joint. This next joint, they not even listen, this next joint they're not even hiding it. They taking it straight to Suno. It Hurts by Delta Wolf. You like, yo, my song is in Suno, bro. I'm not even trying to act like this joint ain't like this joint is a good joint. About losing your loved one, 10 years. All right, let's see what it sounds like, man. Let's see what it sounds like. This is AI coming straight out of Suno. Let's see if they arrange the song properly.
You said we'd always be friends. You said we'd be best friends, but that wasn't true. Was it 'cause when I text you, you hardly reply? I'm hurt. We have a kid together, so you will always be in my life. No matter what you said, we would be best friends, but you don't do that to friends. We have to communicate, but other than talking about our son, you don't talk to me that much. And it hurts that after all we've been through, you act like you don't care, or that you never cared at all. I realize that I have to get over you and try and move on, but it's hard to win. I love you so much, but lately I've been seeing a different you, and it's not the same person that I used to know. Like you were just pretending we're putting on a show. And it hurts. Talk about me.
Yeah, I'm good on that. Yeah, he talking about himself, man. He put it all on the record. Thank you for sharing, man. You know what I mean? Like, somebody get me a David Goggins video, man, so I could play right behind that song. You know what I mean? Like, I understand. Yo, Riz, what up, dog? Like, I understand, but it's like, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of those folks for, put your personal business online, dog. So we need something to make us feel good. His girl did him wrong. I was watching a Charleston White video the other day. I know it's not supposed to watch that. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. But he was making this he was making this this point where he was saying how, he was talking about, like, Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and he was talking about, God only talked to Adam. God didn't speak to Eve. It's like God talked to Adam on his own, and Eve was outside of that conversation, and she was the only one. She the one that talked to the devil. She the one that talked to the snake. Adam didn't talk to the snake. She did, and I said, damn. It's crazy. Boy Swagger, man. I'm gonna get off of this thing in another 5 minutes. And what my intention is, this is my intention for this evening. My intention is, hopefully before maybe like 9:45, my intention is to go live again. And my intention is to try to do a Suno tutorial. Right now, the intention behind this is really just for music production, in terms of trying to make samples that you might want to use. And then, as we jump into a little bit of a deeper Suno thing, then, we'll talk about kind of jumping into, what's the process behind, like, writing better songs. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when it comes to writing these songs, especially if you're not quote unquote a songwriter, the thing that you probably should be doing is we should be using, if you're not a songwriter, let's just say you're not a songwriter, you're not like a lyric writer and stuff like this. Like we should be kind of implementing everything, like, ChatGPT, Gemini, anything, any learning language model to help us understand, or write the lyrics that it's going to take to, get a song to completion. You know what I'm saying? It's not as easy as people like to make it out to be. You know what I mean? It's easy, but it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, if you're not, I'll say this and I'll continue to say this, for the people that are experienced in a certain field, and then you implement AI on top of that experience, and then you're able to talk to the learning language model in the language of the experience that you have, then this kind of creates a superpower for you, right? So, for example, if I'm going to produce something, and because I have my experience in producing, my experience in dealing with samples, my experience in understanding key and pitch, my experiencing in being able to kind of read music to a degree. I'm not saying I'm super great, but I can get through it, right? Like, all of those things now, when I go to talk to the AI, I can articulate certain things better. Right? For people who don't have the experience in something, it's hard for you to articulate it in the way that it needs to be articulated, right? If somebody would say, hey, I'm taking photography and I want it to have a certain type of look where the background is blurry, right? But you wouldn't understand that, that only happens if you have a certain type of lens, or if the lens has a certain type of f-stop, what they call a focus point, or, how much light that the aperture lets in. Like, you wouldn't understand it if you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have that experience, how can you tell it to the AI? How can you get the end result? You don't know what it takes. All you know is that the background is blurry. You know what I mean? So, you could tell it that, and it can replicate that for you, but it may not be able to replicate it to the point where somebody who says, hey, I want you to take this picture. I want it to be photorealistic. I want it to look like this with this lens, this type of lighting, this type of shutter speed. Like, once you start to really get in depth with it, this frame rate, like, once you start doing that, then that's what kind of separates the men's from the boys. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's going to go across all type of industries. It's like guys getting on here saying that they coding. Like, yeah, you're not going to be able to code better than the coders. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be able to code better than the coder. If the coder understands that it can talk to ChatGPT in a way that you can't. You know what I'm saying? So you can be able to dissect the code that it's giving you and say that it's right or wrong before it even finishes and gives it to you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not always right. And remember, this thing likes to lie. So you have to understand that. You can't take it as an information god and that it's infallible, because it's not that. You know what I mean? What we realize is that AI will lie to you. It will mislead you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not careful, or if you don't understand what you're doing, you can go down a rabbit hole that you might not able to get out of. So this is one of those things, you know what I mean? But that's my thing for the night. I just need maybe like about 20-25 minutes just to kind of see if I can get my screens the way that I want them, so that they can be previewed correctly. Because I kind of want to have the I kind of want to be able to go between Suno, and I want to be able to go between Suno and the MPC softwares. I want to be able to go between the two, because I won't be using the hardware per se to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of want guys to understand, like, listen, what we do in Suno still kind of needs to be outputted, and it still needs to kind of be embellished on in order for you to put yourself in a position for copyright. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we definitely do not want to do, we don't want to just rely on the straight output of Suno and not add on to it, not creatively add on to it. You know, you have to try to make these things yours. Real talk, bro. Speed to deliver. This is what it does. But shout out to everybody that jumped into the live tonight. Going like a mug. About to get out of here, and we'll be back later with the music production tutorial. But like I said, that it'll live for a few days on YouTube before it goes over into our school community. So this stuff will all start to transition over there. U.S. copyright, it will stop you if you don't add on to it. You gotta have some human input to it. It can't be all AI. So you definitely want to have some AI input from human input. But we'll talk about that on the next, and I'll see you guys maybe in about 30 minutes. Peace, everybody.